Good morning, the viewers of Rokani Sports. It has been some long time without me coming live in here, but I think it's really nice to be here and talking to you right about now onto this channel, which goes by the names of Rokani Sports. Please subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that you do upload in here on a daily. Now, I think you guys have been really complaining about the volume, but I think we now have a microphone that can really give us the best sound in here that is placed down here. So I know we are really getting some good volume in here, but the story that we are doing right about now, it's all about a United legend urging a player, the ex-legend of Manchester United, urging a player who goes by names, urging a manager of Manchester United, who was once a player of Manchester United and one of those big United legends in there, who goes by names of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to go in and sign a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips. Who is Kevin Phillips? Kevin Phillips is an English player who plays for Leeds in there, and as we speak right about now, he's playing for the England national team in there, and he has been so much crucial to see to it that England goes to what we call the final of the Euros that are really taking place tomorrow into the Wembley Stadium in there, and they're playing a team which goes by names of Italy. Kevin Phillips is an English player, footballer who plays as a midfielder for the Premier League club Leeds and England International. A Leeds academy graduate, Phillips made his first debut in 2015. So if at all he's 25 years now, that means he made his debut, because 2015 from now, those are how many years? 6 years. That means he made his debut when he was 19 years there at a team which goes by names of Leeds in there. He's really a very good talent. He's talented, and all I can tell you is that he's one of the people that I never really saw go to the Euros and get their spot into the midfield. But the manager, who goes by names of Gareth Southgate, has really trusted him by his midfield. Now, the essence of all of this, Berbatov has come out and said this, but for me, I've really seen out a story, and the story that I've really come out to give you is all about, and it's just a question, it's a big question coming to you all guys, that who should Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sign? Because Camavinga, Declan Rice, or Kevin Phillips, because when you look at all these three players, they are really good, but who should Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sign? Who is really going to fit into Manchester United? Because when you look at the price tags of all of these players, they differ. And when you look at United, can it really go ahead and spend 100 million euros on Declan Rice? Can they spend 30 million euros on Camavinga? Can they spend 30 million euros on a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips? So that is a question that I'm really posing to you as we're doing this live video this morning here on Rokani Sports. Guys, please feel free to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, let's get straight into this one, because Kevin Phillips is an English player and he's really good for those that have watched him. Now, a player who goes by names of Dimitar Berbatov. Remember, Dimitar Berbatov was signed to Manchester United by a manager who goes by names of Sir Alex Ferguson in there, and he got him from Tottenham Hotspur, being one of those perfect players in there by that time in the Premier League, scoring very good goals. He had a very good nice touch. I've never seen a player with a fast touch or a touch that could control the ball like that of a man who goes by the names of Dimitar Berbatov in here. So to me, I really think he was, by the way, I've never seen someone, the other person that really controlled where the ball was, is it Ronaldinho? But the best controller of the ball I've ever seen in my life is Dimitar Berbatov. Dimitar Berbatov was superb, guys. Dimitar Berbatov was something else when it comes to control the ball. The way he really made football look easy to play. You could really, after seeing him play, you could really just go to a sports shop and tell them, can you get me some football shoes? I go in and I start playing, because he made football to play so easy in there. So that is Dimitar Berbatov in there for you. So he has come out this time and said that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer shouldn't stress himself. Let him go out for a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips, because he's cheap and he's young, and benching him at Manchester United won't really feel, he won't feel offended while benching him at Manchester United. And we know United really has some good United has some good connection with the English player. They get him, though we get him at a very high price in there. We are overpriced, we are overcharged by these teams in here. So a player who goes by names of Dimitar Berbatov has really advised Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to go in for a player who goes by the names of Kevin Phillips instead of Declan Rice, and he has his own reasons that he's really giving. So guys, what do you think about what a player who goes by names of Dimitar Berbatov is telling one of the players that are playing for United, who is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in there, that go in and sign a player who goes by the names of Kevin Phillips, because Kevin Phillips has looked good. By the way, I think in these Euros, Kevin Phillips has performed better than a lad who goes by the names of Declan Rice. And looking at his coach at Leeds, who goes by names of Marcel Bielsa, one of the people, that the managers that believe in passing football in there, I think he's really into the perfect position really to come in and play for United, because I think United lacks that player, a Michael Carrick. Remember that Michael Carrick role that he used to play into that CDM role. Get that ball, pass it, the long ball, the short passes in there, his composure onto the ball. So you look at the Pasquets, the Carricks, the Jorginhos in there. So those are the players that United really need. And I think I see more of a Michael Carrick in a Kevin Phillips than in a Declan Rice, because Declan Rice is a combination of very many things. He's a combination of physique. His technique is not all that at a level that I really rate highly, but I think Kevin Phillips, I saw him in the game of Germany, I saw him in the game of Ukraine, and the game of Denmark that England recently played. Guys, Kevin Phillips is something else. For all of those that have not yet watched him, and people will say that we are going for less, but we are not settling for less, because Kevin Phillips is really a very big deal and is a player that we can get at a very cheaper price in there. He's the player that is going to come at Manchester United and really fit in, because guys, talk of Camavinga. People are talking of Camavinga to United, because that's my next topic in there. I really want to put these players onto the weighing scale and weigh them through and ask myself, who are those that can really play for United in here? Because to me, I really think Kevin Phillips is something else. Kevin Phillips is something else to me. That's what I think. He's better than a player who goes by names of Declan Rice. The problem is Declan Rice has been, all eyes have been on Declan Rice for the entire season, but one you should not lay it out of the bag is that a player who goes by the names of Kevin Phillips, they've not so many eyes have been on him, but I think he's really good, and his technique has been well much seen and exposed in the Euros right now. So I think when you look at how I think Kevin Phillips has played far much better than Declan Rice in the Euros. I don't know what you guys think, but to me, I really think he has really played a very, 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 very big role for a team which goes by names of England into that midfield pivot. That's why you saw in these games, even in the game of Germany, the game of Ukraine. The reason as why Declan Rice was taken off, what people are giving is because he had a card with him. He had a card on him, and if at all he really got another yellow card, he would have missed out on the game of over Denmark in the semi-finals. But to me, I think that's not something to argue about. But it went ahead to be experienced and exposed into the game against the team which goes by the names of Denmark, that a Declan Rice was taken off the pitch and a Kevin Phillips was left off the pitch, on the pitch. So that shows you how much, guys, this lad who goes by the names of Kevin Phillips is really good, because he is playing for a manager who is really a good manager, and there is no way he can really put a player into the middle of the park when he's not good. So Kevin Phillips is really a very good player, according to me. He played close to 29 games in the Premier League last season, and I think he scored just one goal in there. That is a Kevin Phillips in there for you. So I think Kevin Phillips is the real deal for United, and this time round, I'm backing a player who goes by names of Dimitar Berbatov, saying that United should go in all out and assign a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips. I really support a player who goes by names of Dimitar Berbatov, once a United legend. Remember how he came to United. Berbatov came to United after Wayne Rooney attacked Sir Alex Ferguson into his office and told him, "You've sold Cristiano Ronaldo. He was one of the best in the world. He has just won a Ballon d'Or, and you've not reinforced the squad. How do you expect us to go on? Yet you've let out a player, one of the best players into the world, and you are letting him out, and you've not yet made a very big replacement in there." And Dimitar Berbatov came through at United in there. The likes of Antonio Valencia came through, Shinji Kagawa, and very many other players, but no one really fit into the boots of a man who goes by names of Cristiano Ronaldo, because they are too big to be filled by any Manchester United player in there, all new one that would have been brought into this. So guys, what I'm really talking about, I don't know what you think, those are watching in, Declan Rice, Kevin Phillips and Camavinga in there. a player who goes by the names of Dimitar Berbatov is telling Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that you should sign a player who goes by the names of Declan Rice. Don't go in for a player who goes by the names of Camavinga or Declan Rice. Get a Kevin Phillips because he's cheaper and it's going to do for you what you want. And to me, I really look at that option because it's easier to get. It's easier United to go in at Leeds to get a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips. And how is it easy? Guys, it's easy in this way. Manchester United has a player that Michel Bielsa has been admiring for his entire life. And who is that player? It's none other than a player who goes by the names of Daniel James. Leeds have been chasing for a signature of Daniel James for a very long time, guys. For a very long time, and I can assure you that a player who goes by the names of Daniel James, if at all you tell Leeds that get us Kevin Phillips and get you Daniel James, Michel Bielsa will tell the board, get me that lad, because Michel Bielsa plays on the break. And guess who is the master of really sprinting into space and busting into space? It's a player who goes by the names of Daniel James. And I think he's the best manager really to put back him in shape, like how to decide when you're having the ball, because the problem that a lad who goes by the names of Daniel James is that his decision making is poor. How poor it is? One, each and every time he gets the ball, he runs in space, he passes in space. When he's supposed to shoot in goal, he controls the ball and he passes it to another Manchester United player. When he's supposed to pass the ball to a Manchester United player to shoot into goal, he shoots into goal instead. So he has a very good speed. I like the way he runs into space, the way he dribbles off with the ball. That is Daniel James in there for you. But the way his final decision on the ball, especially when he busts into space, is my problem, because I look at him as one of the great players. He can become great because he's a player who has pace. He has a work rate and he has a very good shot on him. But when are you supposed to shoot? When are you supposed to pass that ball? When are you supposed to make it an assist? That's the problem that this lad is having, a player who goes by the names of Daniel James. So I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the coming of Jadon Sancho, Anton Martial is present. We are having Amad Diallo, we are having Mason Greenwood, we are having a Shotire. They are really coming through. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should take off a player who goes by the names of Daniel James, and United can get in a Kevin Phillips. Guys, what do you think about Kevin Phillips? Because Dimitar Berbatov, one of the Manchester United legends, has come out and told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that one thing you should do: don't go in for Declan Rice, don't go in for a Camavinga, go in for a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips. So, guys, I know you are watching in. Smash a like on the video, comment and share. I really want to get your views on what Dimitar Berbatov is advising a player who goes by names of, a manager who goes by the names of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, on who he should sign on a player who goes by the names of Declan Rice, Camavinga and Kevin Phillips. So who do you think Ole should go in for here? Because a player who goes by the names of I want to create a poll in here. And really bring up things into the chat in here, because I feel like I want to see your views, guys. What do you think about, should United bring in a Camavinga, a Declan Rice, or a Kevin Phillips? It's over to you, guys. I really want to hear what you're thinking, because I really want to read your thoughts in here, and I really want to know where you're watching in from. Comment. Feel free to go to the comment section and tell me you're watching in from. Smash a like on the video, because it's a Camavinga, Declan Rice, Kevin Phillips battle in here on Rokan Sports. And who has led this conversation on is a player who goes by names of Dimitar Berbatov, who has come out and told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, don't sign Declan Rice, don't go in for Camavinga, go for a Kevin Phillips, because Kevin Phillips has really done something great into the Euros. And this story has been reported by, I think, that the Daily Mirror in there, because I read it very well, and I really want to bring it to you again, such that you guys can really get the feel of it, because it's really nice that an ex-player of United has come out and told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to really go on and sign a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips. Now, when you look at Camavinga is left with just 1 year at a team which goes by names of Rennes, and it says that United have put their bid in, according to that French reporter, and he has really put a bid in, although the king of transfers, who goes by names of Fabrizio Romano, has come out and said no, they've not yet submitted into a bid to get a player who goes by names of Camavinga in there. And Declan Rice, who is being wanted by Manchester United, one of the people that really think that he should join United. Declan Rice, you've seen even the stories in there that Luke Shaw wants Declan Rice at Manchester United, Rashford wants Declan Rice at Manchester United, Harry Maguire, and they're advising Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after signing Jadon Sancho, why not go in for another Englishman to bring him at United who goes by names of Declan Rice? So guys, it's really a mixture of things up to here. Guys, smash a like on the video, comment and share. Guys, I want to see your view into the comment section below. Tell me, on a Declan Rice, one, Camavinga and Kevin Phillips, who do you think should Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sign as a CDM at United in there, and who do you think can really do us better at Manchester United? Because a player who goes by names of Dimitar Berbatov has come out and told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer one thing you should do: don't stress yourself, go all out for a player who goes by the names of Kevin Phillips, because he has all what you want and he's cheap. You get? And secondly, he has been in the Premier League. He knows the Premier League. And if at all you go in for a player who goes by Camavinga in there, Camavinga is really going to take some long time to adapt to the Premier League, because he has not been here. He has been away for a very long time in here. So you are not into the league of bringing him here, because you need a CDM who is really going to come up and cope up with Manchester United. After signing Jadon Sancho at £73 million, get close to £25 million, go in, bring a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips in there. And I really want to bring the words, read out the words that a player who goes by the ex-player of Manchester United, who goes by names of Dimitar Berbatov, has said. Dimitar has come out and said that Kevin Phillips stood out again too in a 2-1 semi-final over Denmark. Berbatov told Betfair he's been one of the players of the tournament, and sooner or later I expect him to leave Leeds for a bigger club. Offers will come in for him after the tournament. He's playing with maturity, agility, knowing when to run with the ball and when to pass. That's Dimitar Berbatov in there for you. He continued and said, I would like to see him sign for Manchester United. So that's what Dimitar came out and said. However, Phillips, who still has 3 years remaining on his deal at Elland Road, has no intention of leaving his boyhood club, according to his agent Kevin Sharp in there. Before Kevin signed his last contract, he had a good interest, so sat down and explored all the doors and cons. Sharp told the Independent. That's the manager, that is the agent of a man who goes by names of Kevin Phillips. His desire was never to leave, it was to be rewarded and stay and play for the team he supported as a kid. There may be clubs who are actually looking at Kevin Phillips now, because the more successful you are playing for England in big tournaments naturally breeds interest. But Kelvin is happy at Leeds and has no desire to move whatsoever. It's more a case of carry on what you are doing for club and country. Now, I pity Kevin Sharp, the agent of a man who goes by name of Kevin Phillips. Rokan David here on Rokan Sports is beating you. Why is he beating you? One, guys, you don't know what it means, like Manchester United giving you a call. Hello, Kevin Phillips. This is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I feel like you should be part of my squad on the 2021-2022 season. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? Guys, these calls have been rejected by a few players. I think the only player that has rejected it and is English is Alan Shearer and Steven Gerrard in there, because Alan Shearer was approached by Sir Alex Ferguson, and he wanted him after leading Blackburn to the victory of the Premier League. I think it was 1994 in there. Sir Alex Ferguson approached Aaron Shearer and told him, I would like you to be my number 9 at United in there. Remember, by that time, United had Andeko, Dwight York, Teddy Sheringham, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Those were the 4 number 9s that United had. But remember, they are playing a 4-4-2, and it was very much okay it was very much possible for all those to get enough playing time, and they never complained at United. And what happened next? Alan Shearer told Sir Alex Ferguson that you came in late because Sir Bobby Robson had already approached me, and I really had made a decision to go in and play for a team which goes by name of Newcastle, because that's my home area and that's where I was born, and I feel like I should go and take this treasure to that side in there. And Sheila turned down Manchester United. The other player that turned down Manchester United was Rafael Varane, who is being, by the way, on the ladder for a very long time in there. So guys, I don't know what you think. I feel like you guys should come in and tell me what you think about Manchester United being urged to sign a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips by a man who goes by names of Dimitar Berbatov in there. Should United snub the following players? Should United go in and snub a player who goes by the names? Should United snub Camavinga? Should United snub Declan Rice? Should United snub Should United go ahead and snub all the players that they've been linked to into the central midfield because a player who goes by the name of Dimitar Berbatov, who is an ex-player, has come out and told United that you should go in and get a player who goes by the names of Kevin Phillips because he has been good, the composure of the ball, that he knows when to pass and when really to do that long ball and when to put on hold to that ball. That's a player who goes by names of Kevin Phillips in there, and he's being linked to Manchester United by a player who goes by the ex-player of Manchester United, who is Dimitar Berbatov in there for you. So I feel like you guys should come in and tell me what you think about this. Should United snub Camavinga? Should United snub Kevin Phillips? Should United snub Declan Rice and they go in for a player who goes by the names of of Kevin Phillips, because Declan Rice has been linked to Manchester United for a very long time. But look at Declan Rice. I look at his price tag and really worry. I don't know whether United can really get 100 million euros and get in a player who goes by names of Declan Rice, because United are having a Paul Pogba, a Danny Van Beek. They are having another player who goes by the names of Freddie. They're having a Scott McTominay in there, and all those players are good, but we don't have a typical CDM amongst all those. But look at how Freddie is playing. People are saying that United does not need a CDM because according to how Freddie is playing in the Brazilian national team, there is no way United is needing a CDM. I told them, guys, no, United needs a CDM. Why does United need a CDM? Reason being, United needs a player like a Declan Rice, a Kevin Phillips, a Casemiro, because when you look at the Brazil national team, the way they line up, I think I can get you. Let me get you the lineup of Brazil in here and show you how Freddie plays for Brazil, because Brazil was playing a team which goes by names of Colombia, and into the semi-finals, their recent game that they've just played that ended. There is a game that, yes, Brazil, Copa America. It's Copa America. I really want to get you the squad. Copa America. Yep. So Colombia has just played a team which goes by names of Peru, and they've just won. So I really want to. Alright, Brazil played Peru. Yes, in the semi-finals in there. So I really want to bring you the lineup. I really want to show you how Brazil plays with Freddie in there, and I really want to show you why we need a player who really plays into the CDM position very well, because Freddie is not used as a CDM at a team which goes by names of Brazil in there, because there are very many players that have been playing alongside him, especially Casemiro and Paulinho in there, playing into the midfield pivot, but Freddie is given freedom in there to move everywhere he wants. So I'm getting the lineup here, the last lineup of Brazil that they used to play with the team which goes by the names of Peru. They won the game by 1-0. Remember that assist by a man who goes by names of Neymar. But Freddie is really having a very good game into the Copa America in there, and I don't know whether Ole is really going to give him enough resting time, because I think United will need him according to what he has exposed. Now that's the Brazil national team in there. You see, that is the Brazil national team. That's their last lineup, and it's the same lineup expected to play in the final against the team which goes by the names of Argentina, and that is Messi tomorrow morning in there. Now, when you look at Freddie, he plays with a man who goes by the name of Casemiro. You see, Casemiro plays for Real Madrid. He's one of the best CDMs I've seen in the world. That is Casemiro in there for you. I really like the way he plays. I like his composure. That is Casemiro in there for you, and I like him a lot because he's really a very good CDM, and when he really means that he really has to move onto the ball and really pass it well, he does it very well. That is Casemiro in there for you. So you see, Freddie plays better for Brazil because he's having a CDM. Freddie does not play as a CDM for the Brazilian national team. That's out. Freddie does not play as a CDM at Brazil. He does not play as a CDM at Brazil. I think most of you, we are now clear on this. He does not play as a CDM at Brazil. So I think we are really onto the same point that United needs either Kevin Phillips, nor they need a Kevin Phillips or a player who goes by the names of Declan Rice. Now, why is that Declan Rice to United transfer really something hard to talk about? It's really hard to talk about because all to really bring on one, Kevin Phillips, a player who goes by names of Declan Rice. His price tag has been put at 100 million euros, close to 80 million pounds in there. So, guys, I don't really think that United can go in and sign a player who is even more expensive than Jadon Sancho, because Jadon Sancho was brought in at 73 million pounds in there. And I don't think United can get another 80 million pounds into this summer and really go in and get a CDM. When you look at the priorities United are urging to get, the top three are a right winger, and that was Jadon Sancho. He sought head. The other one is a player who goes by the names of Rafael Varane. CB was the second option in there, because they want a partner to partner with Harry Maguire, a player to partner with Harry Maguire in there. The other player goes by the names of Kylian Trippier in there as a right winger in there. And the fourth option, or the fourth priority for United, is a CDM. So I don't see United really coming in and getting a CDM, guys. I don't really see it happen here at United, because I think United is far much away and better thinking on what they are really going to do. They really fancy to get a CDM. They don't really fancy to get a CDM in there at United, and I don't see them really going for a CDM, because this time round it's something that United wants. A right winger in the name of Jadon Sancho, it's gotten right back. Rafael Varane is being the target, who has turned down all the offers that Real Madrid have given him, and he wants a move away from Real Madrid. He wants adventure. He wants to play into another league, and that league is the Premier League, and he's fancying to play for Manchester United in there. So that's something that is really good for United. If at all they really get a Varane and Kylian Trippier maybe, but the price of Kylian Trippier, 30 million pounds in there for a 30-year-old, I think United won't go for such a deal. They will rather keep a Diego Dello at United in there, because when you look at the players that are really going to start off the pre-season, I think it's going to be a Diego Dello in there. I don't know who's going to be playing the CDM position, but Danny Van Beek is on recovery and is really going to be back for United, big and better. That is something that sounds really good for a team which goes by the names of Manchester United. So the agent of Kevin Phillips really has gone on ahead and said that it's not something we are banging on the door to make it happen, because it's about Calvin playing and enjoying his football. But if Leeds want to improve that and protect their assets, for sure we would be interested in sitting down with them. His value will increase, and long time may that continue in there. So Leeds is not a rush to really put him to that level, but when you look at how things are happening in here at Rokani Sports and how we are really fetching in the news, it looks like a team which goes by the names of Leeds is ready to go on and really keep the lad, but they are saying like that because United or any other big team has not yet gone for him. But if at all a very big team goes for him, trust me, United will really win the race, and Kevin Phillips will tell them, I really want to go, because even Declan Rice, he wants a move away from a team which goes by the names of West Ham. He wants a move, but West Ham are saying we want 100 million euros in there. And when you look at that, I think only Chelsea can go in and get that player, because Man City, before targeting the CDM, they are targeting a Harry Kane and a Jack Grealish in there. Two players they are targeting in there. And when you look at Harry Kane, he's being priced at 150 million pounds. Jack Grealish is being priced at 100 million pounds. That is 250 million pounds. So I don't think Man City, after getting those two players, unless they fail to get one, but I think if at all they get those two players, they cannot get another 80 million pounds, and they added to bring a Declan Rice into their team in there. And I had news that Man City have given Fernandinho another 1-year contract. That means they really feel like it's hard to go into this market and get a CDM. You get? They are wanting a Declan Rice, but Declan Rice looks to be a more expensive player. And we look at his contract, I think he's left with 3 years at there, and I think it's better. And by next summer, his price would have gone down. So I think that's what many teams in there are looking for in a player who goes by names of Declan Rice. Thank you guys for watching in. You have the right to go in the comment section and tell me what you think about Declan Rice, Camavinga, or Kevin Phillips. Who should Ole Gunnar Solskjaer bring in at Manchester United? Because Dimitar Berbatov has really told him and urged Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to go on and sign a player who goes by the names of Kevin Phillips in there. So guys, thank you for watching in. Keep it Rokan Sports always. Please subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in on a daily. I'm out for now. See you later, guys. Bye-bye. This is RD. Those are my initials from a name which goes by names of Rokan David. May the Holy Spirit really guard you well and the Almighty protect you. I see you tomorrow or today later, because we are coming up with a predicted England lineup against the team which goes by the name of Italy, because we are having close to 4 Manchester United players who are up for a choice into the first 11 of a team which goes by the team of the manager of England in there. Can United really get 3 picks as they got against the team which goes by the name of Ukraine? Because as we speak right about now, Jadon Sancho has already agreed terms in principle with the team which goes by Manchester United. And on Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday, he will be up there holding the shirt for United, and it's going to be unveiled in there. So thank you guys for watching again. This is RD onto this channel. Thank you. It's always nice having you onto this channel, and let's go on and lead this channel to the best in there. I'm RD. See you later.